Hello, and welcome to Washington, D.C. Science Fiction and Fantasy Fans Fantastic Forum. Ooh. I'm Sherin, Nicole, your host, and I'm silly today, so we'll just roll with it. And I have a panel of some greats of DC Comics. Well, like Washington, D.C. Comics. I have Ben Hatton, who we affectionately call Dr. Ben Hatton. I have Bryan Lyles, who is the producer of
Fantasy Sports News and World Report.
Yes, Fantasy Sports News and World Report. I knew that.
Yeah.
I was just waiting.
Actually, you are featured on there. So
The greatest show ever
Yeah.
after this.
And apparently there are some issues with Eli Manning, but that's
Yes.
not this show. And we also have No Name Necessary, the GD John X. So today we're feeling kind of mellow, so we thought we'd have like the classic bar conversation and start casting. Yeah, a little tippling. The beers are behind me.
Yes.
Yeah, but you don't need to know.
Refill.
Start doing some casting or ripping apart some casting from comics to film. And I know that due to Ben's very lovely shirt, he would like to talk about Scott Pilgrim and Michael Cera.
Okay, I love Scott Pilgrim. It's great. I'm excited that Edgar Wright is directing it.
Yes.
I'm excited about that it filmed in Canada, because Canada's awesome.
Yes.
I am
Apparently.
not excited about Michael Cera at all.
But he's Canadian.
No.
Doesn't matter. You could just go down a list. Like, what is wrong hair? Absolutely. Wrong build? Absolutely. But like most of all, it's like it's a personality thing.
Yeah.
And as I was saying before, like the humor of Scott Pilgrim, aside from like all the comic book and like video game references, the humor is that Scott doesn't get the joke.
Right.
He never gets it. Like, he's an idiot and like a lovable idiot. So like,
Cute.
yeah, very well-meaning, but his humor comes from the fact that he's like, oh man, I didn't know we have a friend with a car, or like he makes his friends help him move even though all he's got is a box and a poster. Like
He is Kelso.
right, he's Kelso. Ashton Kutcher 10 years ago would have been perfect Scott Pilgrim. Michael Cera's always in on the joke, and he's so sad about it.
It's kind of like geek versus nerd or dork versus
Right.
like yeah, it's Michael Cera's got this classic kind of dorky nerdiness
Right.
that just doesn't match the Scott Pilgrim kind of cute guy trapped like perennial high school guy.
Right.
And it just the two things don't sync up to me nor to Dr. Manhattan.
No.
I don't know what you two think, but
I'm a huge fan of Michael Cera and Scott Pilgrim, but I really can't see them together.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to wait and see.
I mean, it could be
Because
awesome.
I will be seeing that as soon as it comes out.
It could
Because
be.
it looks awesome.
Because I was wrong about Keanu Reeves playing Constantine or Constantine.
Okay, let's hold on a second.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
That movie, he was not British.
No, he wasn't. But I feel like Keanu Reeves was able to capture the essence of Hellblazer. And
Whoa, hold on. What? Are you?
No, he didn't play that character.
Well,
though.
but
he didn't do that.
He is not
Brit-
dirty
Yeah,
enough.
he's not. He's a
But
very
he-
clean cut type of guy.
You don't like that Constantine movie? Get off my
Actually,
show.
no.
Get off, this is mine. You.
Bill S. Preston Esquire does not grow up to be a trench coat wearing, hard drinking.
Ted Theodore Logan.
Sorry, Ted Theodore Logan does not
Okay,
grow
but
up.
I thought he did. I felt
was
like
surly.
I was wrong.
I give him that.
I think he really read the books and he really understood what character he was.
True,
playing, and he went for it.
but he just you're envisioning him, and I think this came after the Matrix, if I remember
yeah,
correctly.
definitely.
So a lot of the producers are looking at him as like, yeah, he can do that.
It was a popularity call.
Right.
And I totally disagree with popularity calls. I think that's how Michael Cera becomes Scott Pilgrim, although you've disabused me of that notion.
Yeah.
But I think that he really went for it, and he, unlike a lot of guys who just kind of read the script and go, okay, Keanu Reeves read Hellblazer. He read it. He tried to embody that character. And no, he's not British and he's not Sting, which he should have been. Okay, we all
Billy
get that.
Idol. No,
Yeah.
Billy Idol should have just like.
He did really good at
James
trying to be the
Marsden's
character, but
probably-
he did not
I
look
mean,
like
James
Constantine.
Marsden
Right.
would have been an incredible Constantine.
Yeah.
Constantine. But Okay, but I still feel like he did better with it than
9 out of 10 acting choices.
yeah,
Halle
like
Berry did with
Ben
Storm.
Affleck is
Devil.
Daredevil.
Oh,
Like,
God.
Oh
Okay,
God.
the best casting in Daredevil was the fact that the guy who played Ben Affleck's father, his chin was so big that he genetically could have given Ben Affleck that
David
chin.
Keith.
Because it was just like, it was the perfect father-son chin. I was like, yes.
Well,
Wow.
Birth Daredevil.
the other aspect of Daredevil, and in addition to Elektra, I to this day I did not like Jennifer Gardner as Elektra. They could have found any person other than her. One, she's not Greek for crying out
Or
loud.
any kind of
She didn't try to be.
Yes.
just something a little smaller and browner.
Wait, wasn't she supposed to be in the
No,
movie?
right, in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
She was
maybe.
supposed to be Greek in the
Yeah,
movie.
but
Yeah, but sometimes
Electra
Jennifer
nachos.
Lopez is like Irish in movies. So there you go. I mean, I don't think Hollywood cares that
they
much.
don't. They don't.
Okay,
Oh,
Terrence Stamp as Stick in the Elektra movie, like
Why is Stick in the Elektra movie? First of all,
it's filler. It's like you said. It's Hollywood has been putting in the fillers. Like with Wolverine, we got to see the Blob, and we got to see just so many other extra mutants and Gambit.
No coherent story.
Yeah, with no
Well, you don't
proper
need
connections. So.
I think it goes. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's that's how I feel like Hollywood's just, it's like, okay, well, he's a popular character, let's just put him in this one.
I think it's a difference between like trying to make money off of the medium and showing respect to the medium.
and they don't often sync up.
No.
But that's why Jon Favreau's Iron Man, again,
It's great
they sync up.
because he loves it.
And he got it.
Right.
So everybody that they cast, and I really do want to talk about John Cheadle now being Rhodey, but we got to save that because it's a longer conversation.
That's why John Cusack should have been Night Owl. John Cusack
Oh,
wanted
that
to be
would've
Night
been
Owl. He wanted to be
fantastic.
Night Owl so badly.
But that brings up another issue, and we just have a little bit of time left, but about Hollywood thinking that they have to make these guys super young.
Right.
Like a great superhero is not traditionally going to be 21 years old.
No.
They're going to screw up at 21.
They need some training.
Exactly. They need some hard knocks and some skills before, you get to that level.
And facial hair.
Yeah, you need facial hair to be a superhero. Wait, no.
Some do.
Yeah, not Wonder Woman.
Some
Puck.
do.
Puck better, when they did the Alpha Flight movie, Puck better be a midget with some facial hair. I
Wow,
don't want any
Alpha Flight
CGI to make,
What world would that be in?
Elijah
I thought we
Wood
saw
as
Alpha
Puck.
Flight and Wolverine. That's what I thought. So
Okay, well, we've got a lot to talk about because we got sidetracked by Daredevil, and so
Damn you.
we need to collect our thoughts with a little break. So we're gonna let you guys go and catch some kind of great segment that we've got for you. Maybe some cool toys. Might be a segment from the Bugles Planet Daily. Who knows? But we'll see you in a few minutes.
When is the finality of death not final? When you die in a comic book. The one guy who is absolutely supposed to be dead as a doornail, never coming back, was Captain America's partner, James Buchanan, Bucky Barnes. Well, now even Bucky's back. Time was, even in a comic book, you wanted to see the body. If you saw a body, that probably meant the person wasn't coming back. Well, now even that is meaningless. When I think about the myriad of characters who have come back, now don't get me wrong, in Star Trek II, they killed Mr. Spock. Now, they killed Spock because of all the Star Trek people, he's the one who could come back. You can't kill Captain Kirk and have him come back. You can't kill Dr. McCoy and have him come back. You can't kill Scotty and have him come back. But Spock, that half Vulcan, half human thing, that means you can bring him back. But in comic books, apparently, it doesn't matter. You can be anybody. Green Arrow has come back from the dead. Superman has come back from the dead. Well, Superman is special. But when I die, I want to die in a comic book because that means that you will come back. When is death not death? When you die in a comic book. I'm just saying.
I've been drawn
life since I was about 7. That's what I remember. Ninja Turtles got me drawing. And this show used to come on public access. Mark Chrysler's, it wasn't Draw Squad or something before. Secret City. That's what started me drawing. People told me that I was good. I kind of just drew. Actually, when I was like really little, I was the worst colorist in the class. Like, I wasn't good at coloring at all. I think it was because I didn't stay inside the lines, I guess. I don't really remember. But yeah, I wasn't like real focused on being all even with the color. I kind of got it done. So I could be doing something else. I kept up with it. Teachers in school, counselors, principals, they just kept pushing me to keep on doing it because I guess I got good and they would like have me do stuff for the school. And you know, people kind of liked it. So I kept doing it because that was my thing. I wasn't like playing basketball or football. I drew stuff, particularly Ninja Turtles when I was a little kid, then X-Men. And yeah, that's the main thing. Lately, I really like to draw women, like different versions of the female form, usually doing stuff kind of in a more empowered state. After a couple years going to San Diego, I kept going to the heavy metal booth. And the last year I went, which was 2008, I met Kevin Eastman again. Because the previous year I met him and he said he liked my stuff, but I kind of lost his business card. And so he gave it back to me and he's like, I would really like to do something with your work and give you a feature. So after a while I sent it in and he emailed me early this year and said, we're going to put you in. And that was it. It was kind of random because I didn't really hear from him for a while. And then it was like, wow, I'm in it. So that was pretty cool. My webcomic that I started last year. It's a comic that's a satirical look at pop culture and current events through, I guess, a more, you could say, urban lens, since the characters talk with slang and I guess you can say black, but I don't know if it's generally black because I see a lot of white kids saying the same type of stuff now, Latinos and Asians, so it's urban, quote unquote. But yeah, talks about, you know, whatever happens at the VMAs, or they can talk about whatever happened in like a movie, or they can even talk about whatever happened in politics that same week. You know, people, whatever the people's doing, the current trends, like people wearing 80s clothes again, high top fades, how did that come back? Things like that. Yeah, I don't really talk that much about my art. I kind of make it. I can't really talk diatribes over like what I'm doing or the whys and the hows. Like it's just I do what I do and I put it up and people like it. They see something in it. I don't really have that much to say yet. There's some themes in it, but it's not really that grandiose.
Hi, Ulysses Campbell here with yet another edition of the Fantastic Forum Mailbag. Today's letter comes from Mr. Norman Kellum of Baltimore, Maryland, who has been watching on Baltimore City Cable. Thanks for watching. My college roommate was an avid comic collector who got me into reading them. Your program has rekindled my interest and I've started back to reading. I watched the show with my son Jordan. He is a competitive swimmer. My wife Ann and I travel with him to swim meets around the country. Jordan says that when he is swimming, he thinks about Aquaman and it helps him to swim harder. I love your show and I'm always waiting to see what you guys will do next. Well, thanks very much for your comments, Norm, and I hope that your son does really well with the swim meets. In addition to Aquaman, he can think about the Man from Atlantis or Namor the Submariner too. Thanks for watching. When it was announced that Iron Man would be produced as a major motion picture, Stan Winston Studios immediately went after the job. The process began with photos and images. The Winston team's greatest challenge was that there was an existing design in place from the comic books that needed to be accommodated. Winston and his team met with the producers and director Jon Favreau. The photos and images of the existing designs were converted into 2D drawings and then into 3D models. The designs then go to a claymaker for the first models that can be seen and touched. Then, miniature statues, called maquettes, of the armor are constructed. Body casts of the actors who will wear the suits are made, and finally the individual components are fabricated and assembled into the final product seen on film.
Okay, when I give you the signal, you two cut left to the flag. I'm gonna cover you from that tree over there. Remember, don't go for the flag unless you know the coast is clear, okay?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent, because kids in foster care don't need perfection. They need you.
Good nutrition can lead to great things. Find out how a healthy lifestyle can help your child succeed.
I was with it, roll with it. Hello, we're back. Okay, so the one thing that Ben has just told me that blew my fragile little mind is about Palmiotti and Gray's great character.
Jonah Hex.
yeah.
Well, I mean, right.
It's not their character.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Josh Brolin being Jonah Hex
It's going to be awesome.
is going to be awesome. Is going to be, and I forget who plays the bad guy in it, but I was like, that's going to be awesome too. But sorry, TV Land, that I don't remember. But Megan Fox, you know,
I
she
wish
sucks
was
up
the
a movie.
nun,
But
though. If she was the nun and a hooker, that's great. Just a regular old barmaid.
The orphans, they need them.
But see, that goes to your thing about the age. Like, they could have chosen someone young and put a little makeup on him and made him just look ugly. But Jonah Hex, he's, you know, he comes from years of being dirty and drinking and killing. And Josh Brolin comes from years of drinking and being dirty and killing.
And playing George Bush.
And
So
being in the Goonies. So, like,
He's got war wounds.
right.
I can't wait to see the makeup. I
Oh,
mean,
man.
I'm
The posters are out online. They look.
really. Oh, I gotta see.
Looks-
if it's from the
gotta
same
see.
people who did The Dark Knight, who end up doing Harvey Dent, Two-Face, if they do that, then I'll be amazed.
I mean, I think they've always done great casting for
His face
Batman.
is not that bad,
And the
though.
same casting
Yeah.
for Iron Man. Again, it's just like,
And it's not hard.
No.
Like, it's really not hard if they forget about, well, let's make them super young. If they forget about, let's go with the most popular person out here right now. They really could do it.
Well,
Cast it perfectly.
well, if here's how Hollywood sees it. With when The Watchmen came out, majority of everybody we saw were a bunch of unknowns or up and comers or
Which I
whatever.
think is better.
Yeah, which makes it better, especially for that type of movie. For something that is big budgeted, Iron Man, The Dark Knight, and all this. Well, let me phrase The Dark Knight. Dark Knight, you had Christian Bale this is his movie.
But
Granted,
he needs
he
a
had
throat
American
lozenge.
Psycho.
He needs a throat lozenge.
True,
to keep the
true,
cramps and slump,
true. But with granted he built on American Psycho, but this Christian Bale is Batman
Ring
right
of
now.
Fire, hello.
True, but
Wait, Who else was in that movie? Was it
Matthew
Gerald-
McConaughey,
Oh,
the
my
other guy?
favorite actor of all times.
Yes. And
Christian
I love
Bale's
him.
sidekick. Who was that?
Leonidas, the guy who plays
Gerald Butler.
yeah, Gerald
Oh my
Butler.
God!
Oh,
I
yeah.
just thought of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the whole thing is, it's like Hollywood's looking at it, it's like, okay, we need this top actor for this top movie.
Right.
You know, and fitting in, let's say for Iron Man, having, you know, the perfect guy to play him it was not that hard. You know, so, but if you're trying to find his sidekick, you know, Terrence Howard smartly, I felt he was a perfect roadie.
I agree.
He was
I
a great,
thought-
and the chemistry.
Yeah.
You cannot,
Right.
you are not going to have lightning strike again with that kind
No.
of chemistry
No. Yeah.
that you had between Terrence Howard and Robert Downey. And plus now you've got two little guys. What the heck?
Don Cheadle's a good actor.
He's a phenomenal
phenomenal actor. I give him that.
Anything else, I'd be like yippee skippy Don Cheadle. But replacing Terrence Howard with Don Cheadle after the chemistry that
Right.
the two other actors had, and plus Terrence Howard looks like this Air Force guy,
Yeah,
this pilot.
clean, you know, right. Don Cheadle's a little too thin, a little too
Small.
doesn't look like, you know, Terrence Howard. Yeah, I think it was a bad choice. I mean,
Bad choice.
Don Cheadle's going to be a good actor. It'll be good. But I think when you get like legitimate, first of all, like now that it's such a big box office, you have like legitimate actors being in superhero movies. I think it also comes back to the fact that whether or not the director respects the material.
Absolutely.
And like, is it like Bryan Singer? I don't think
He respected a different type of material.
Yeah,
he respected
it's called
Superman
the
movies
material on his
themselves.
page. No,
Right.
it was the dude.
right.
Bryan Singer likes the dude.
Well, he doesn't. But I don't think he cares for Superman that much.
No, he cared about
cares for
Superman.
not Lois.
The
Yes.
movies.
He does not understand what motivates. We talked about this before.
Right.
What motivates a Superman plot, and it is love. And Bryan Singer did not get that. I mean,
He-
and let's not go back to. Let's talk
Okay,
about what
okay.
else has just been cast
But,
that
like,
we like.
Well, my thing right now, it hasn't been cast yet, but as you can see, I'm wearing the Buffy shirt, and hearing that they're going to redo it is the wrongest thing out there because one, Buffy ain't dead. Sarah Michelle Gellar is Buffy, enough said. And Josh not being a part of this makes no damn sense.
It doesn't
Right.
make any sense.
Right. No, it's true. But I don't know, like we're gonna keep seeing more of these films come out. Like everything, I think I think there's an option for a ton of stuff.
A new Battlestar Galactica.
A new Battlestar
Yeah.
Galactica. They're gonna do a Flash movie that I think
That's been rumored for 3 years now. but-
Yeah, but which Ryan Reynolds, perfect Wally West. Ryan Reynolds was
he'd
like,
make a great Wally
he was
West.
like, I want to be Wally West, and they were like, sorry.
You could be
So
Green
now-
Lantern.
Well-
Wally West or Cal Rayner, but Hal
Yeah,
Jordan.
Jordan.
Come on.
No.
If you guys don't know, they've cast Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern Hal Jordan. Just for people who don't know, there's many
terrible
Green
idea.
Lanterns. Hal Jordan, and it's a terrible idea, like Ben just said. I mean, just personality again. We vote Nathan Fillion. If our votes matter at all, Nathan Fillion. But I mean, yeah, great Wally West. Ryan Reynolds has the perfect personality.
He's
for
a
that.
Joker, you know.
And
Ryan
he's got
Reynolds-
the body.
Right.
He's got a perfect body. for a
Ryan Reynolds would
speedster.
make a great Ted Cord. He'd make a great, or even a
Booster.
great Booster Gold.
Bro.
He'd make a great booster Gold.
You know, like those would be.
I
perfect.
can see him as Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Oh,
a
yeah.
great
I can see him
Hawkeye.
as Hawkeye, but
I mean,
but
those are-
Hal Jordan,
No, he's it's
I
like.
might as well play Hal Jordan.
But again, you have to understand. On the other hand, to get these movies, I think it comes back to like, what are you going to ask? What do you want as a fan? Do you want to just accept? Are you just excited to see your favorite characters in a new medium? Because it's never going to be the same. I have hated most of the Spider-Man movies. Flat out, like
Let me
they
tell you.
they are not that good, except for J. Jonah Jameson. Perfect casting. I
Oh,
think
that was beautiful.
I think
Beautiful.
Tobey Maguire is a terrible Peter Parker, and Snaggletooth is a bad Mary Jane Watson.
Horrible Mary Jane. Why didn't they get Bryce Dallas
Snaggletooth.
Howard to play Mary Jane? She's a
She was a
natural
known man.
redhead,
Right.
but it made so much more sense.
Well, you and I, we went to see the third one, and we
No,
know how
Ben
bad.
was there,
Oh,
and
Ben, yeah,
stood
Ben,
up and-
yeah.
Ben stood up at the end of the third Spider-Man movie, pointed at the screen and said, "That
was-
was some bull."
Yes.
That's what the man said, and then we all found out quietly behind it.
Was that-
Topher Grace just, you know.
Well, the whole point of that movie, with
the
less,
Venom.
yes, and like you said, Hollywood is it's all about the faces, and especially with the third one, it was like, let's see the face.
But we don't need the faces.
Yes, we
and
need the character.
We need the character.
Right, but would you rather? But we are a very unique. We are a subset. We're not. Comic fans don't give Spider-Man $300 million like in the first month. Everyone does. Like it's like.
But I think that even had it been an unknown, it's still Spider-Man. You know Spider-Man from your cereal box. You know him from Electric Company. You know and love Spider-Man. I think people will see these movies. Nobody knows who the hell Scott Pilgrim is except comic book fans. But I bet you people will see this movie, and not because of Michael Cera.
I disagree with that.
But I'm going to say one
Every
thing.
Arrested Development
I'm going to tell you
fan is
something
going.
about famous faces in movies. Beyonce. Anybody see her movies? No. Know why? Not good. So it doesn't matter.
I saw
Same movie
Obsession,
over
and
and
it
over
was just the
again.
trailer. That was it. So there you go.
I saw
There you
Catwoman
And
because
so now I'm going to wrap
You
it
did not
up.
see Catwoman.
Like
Dude,
Dave
Sharon
Chappelle said,
Stone
they're going to
with
keep talking to
impenetrable
make my
skin.
levels go up higher because they're
You
still
couldn't
talking.
know she had
But
impenetrable skin
we'll be
before
back
going to
like
see it.
really soon.
I saw
So
that
we
movie.
love you and go to the
Sucks.
website because it should be like right here or right here. So we'll see you soon. Bye.
Later.